Go, what's up? Welcome to the channel. Gonna do a really quick video, but as always, gonna be impactful. Hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. Welcome to the channel. So, hanging out with my buddy today, spring break for the kids. That's what I always tell you. The most important things in life are sometimes things we overlook. Hanging out with friends and family, hanging out with the kids, and not having to go to work, not having to punch a clock. If I had to do that, then we wouldn't have freedom. I wouldn't be able to do the things I do with the kids and whatnot. We'd always be thinking about, going to work, who's going to look after the kids and stuff like that. So it's good to have freedom. Hasn't always been that way, but for the past year or so, it has been that way. So it's been awesome. And I enjoy financial freedom. So hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. Welcome to the channel. If you read the thumbnail, you see that I said you've got to become, you've got to not be the person you've always been. So I was thinking, I was like, because tonight I'm going to a conference tonight, right? So I'm gonna spend money, invest in myself. Yes, I need to have coaching. I need to have a mentor. I need to have somebody teaching me how to elevate. You can only go as far as you can take you. And if you're maxed out, if you're stuck in the same spot, you're very stagnant, that means that you're the one taking yourself, coaching yourself, and you've maxed out. There's nowhere else for you to go. You've reached your highest level. That's as far as you can get your team to go. So with that in mind, we all need coaching. We all need mentorship. That's why when students enroll in the Middleman Masterclass, by the way, the link is in the video description below. If you want to get in that class before the price goes up, I advise you to move quickly. You can also qualify when you check out. You can see there are other ways to pay. You can also qualify for payment options that are very inexpensive, and you can learn how to make money and then use that money to actually pay off the rest of the balance for the class. So it's pretty easy. I know one is like maybe a firm. It's less than like $100 a month. Join the class, get access to everything, learn how to make lots of money, $100 per customer, and just pay that off with the business. That's my advice for everybody who's been asking. But the link is in the comments below. The price of the class is going up. So my advice to you is to move quickly. Learn how to build a business from your phone. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Get that VA put in place. You don't even have to do the day-to-day. They'll do it for you. So you've got to be, because I was thinking, I was like, man, I'm going to a conference tonight. I remember there was a day where I wouldn't purchase the ticket. I wouldn't go to the conference. I would make excuses. I would say I'm tired. I would say I got this, I got that. I just don't have the time. I live in a neighborhood that's located in central DFW in Arlington. And to drive up to Plano for the conference tonight, it's going to be about an hour. Might even be, it's probably about 45 minutes now with no traffic. So I'll call them back. So it's about 45 minutes now with no traffic. But later today, that same drive probably be about an hour, 15, hour, 20 minutes just because of rush hour and the time it's starting. And I was just thinking to myself, I was like, man, not long ago, I would be the person who says, nope, not doing it. No, thank you. Not driving. If that's not a good enough excuse for me to not go, I got a bunch of other excuses. And that's what I would do. I would just make excuses. Too far, too long. Don't want to get home late because I think it's till like 9:30. Don't want to be in there 3 hours. Don't want to be late getting home. Need to be here to help with the kids, need to do this. I got all these things I got to do. And that's what I was doing. I was doing that stuff like consistently, making all these excuses and staying in the same place. So I just want to say to a lot of you that if you're someone who's making a bunch of excuses, and chances are, if you are, you're very stagnant. You're in a place you don't want to be in, and you're not growing. And you haven't realized that excuses are killing you. That's the problem. When you have an opportunity, you delete it by using an excuse that's more powerful to you than the opportunity. And so you delete it using an excuse. And for a lot of you, it's the same. So it's for a lot of you, you're using excuses to not have to push forward. Because believe it or not, you're super comfortable where you are. You won't say that because it's not going to sound good. It's not going to sound right. It's not going to sound favorable. But the truth is your actions tell the story, not your thoughts. So you are where you are because you, okay, hold it, buddy. You are where you are because you make a bunch of excuses. You are where you are because when opportunity presents itself, you write it off. You find a way to get out of it. You kick out of it like a wrestler. 1, 2, bam. And then you kick out. And then you don't realize that you still lose because why? You're not going to progress. You're kicking out of opportunity to be in the same position that you've always been in. You're already frustrated. You already don't like where you are. Why do you keep resisting change? Why do you keep resisting and kicking out of every opportunity? It's like opportunity is like you're afraid of it. You're scared of it. It's the worst thing that can happen to you. You guys fight it tooth and nail with everything you got and then look around and go, why am I still here? Why am I still in the money position I've always been in? I don't want to be in this position. I don't want to be poor. I don't want to be paycheck to paycheck. I can't afford a house. I can't afford a car. Why? Oh, now we know why. Because every time an opportunity for you to change or elevate presents itself, you write it off. Oh, it's a scam. And you don't realize you're already being scammed by the worst person who could do it, you, because you trust your scam. You've already scammed yourself into being financially struggling for the rest of your life if you don't change something. I've done it. That's why I'm doing this video. I realized that, wait a minute, in order to be the person I want to be, I got to become the opposite of myself. My old self, the poor me, because there's a poor you and a rich you. The poor me was always going, no, I'm not spending money on that. I'm not driving way across there. That's probably just a waste of my time, some motivation, some whatever. I'm not doing that. And I got all these excuses, and that was the poor me. And now the rich me, not saying I'm rich, I'm just saying you don't have to be rich or have $1 million in a bank account to get a rich. The mindset comes before the money. Let that rich mindset and abundance mindset is I'm actually probably going to get cool people, probably going to have an opportunity to share my story with others, get around like-minded people. Let's go. I'm investing in that. And you guys will take $500 and buy a PlayStation that does nothing for you but entertain you and distract you from what you're really dealing with in life and distract you from opportunity. Smash the thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about. You guys will do that. You'll buy things like that that'll just take you away from what you want to accomplish. You'll drop $500 on that and not think twice. You'll drop $500 on a television that just entertains you all day, electronic income reducers. Watch all these TV shows, all these movies, and never elevate your life financially. You'll do that. So many people do that. So many people do that. And you won't spend $100 to change your life. You'll watch other people live their lives. You won't spend $1,000 to change your life. You'll take a trip and finance it for the next 5 years just to post it on Instagram and then go back to the sad reality of your life. I've done it. I know what I'm talking about. Sure, I'm having a good time, I'm having a blast. I'm going to post this and get some likes. And then all of a sudden you go back home and you're like, man, this bill is due. That bill is due. This job, I don't like it. They're not going to give me a promotion. There are people coming into my job making more money than me. And I always tell you that's because it's easier to get a pay rate than it is to get a pay raise. Hello. And now I got to go back to the sad reality because the swiping the credit card got me out of this reality for a few days or a week. And now I'm back to this, understanding that I'm trapped. I'm not where I want to be. I got all these expenses. I'm not making enough money on my job. I'm not getting a pay raise. I need them to double my salary in order for me to make a decent living. And your priorities are out of order, right? In disarray. And so you've got to understand that in order to change and become the person you want to be and live the life you want to live, you've I don't know if this is a word, you have to unbecome who you've been. You've got to be the opposite of yourself. The person you are today who's not achieving what you want to achieve, you can't be that person tomorrow. You've got to become the opposite of that person tomorrow. I'm preaching to somebody. Somebody give me an amen in the chats or an amen in the thumbs up. But you've got to become somebody different. You can't be that same person. It's going to keep giving you the same results. We say this, and it's become so cliche, we forget how important it is and how true it is. But the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, but expecting a different outcome. So if you keep eating that sweet potato pie, because I'm from South Louisiana, we don't mess with pumpkin, pumpkin and whatever, right? No, it's sweet potato. So if you keep, some people eat apple pie, don't, but if you keep consuming that sweet potato pie that you can't eat with your shoes on because it's so good you got to wiggle your toes when you eat it, if you keep eating that sweet potato pie, you're going to get bigger and bigger. You're going to gain weight. You're going to have blood pressure problems. You're going to might have diabetes. You probably won't be here to see your grandkids get married. I'm just saying. You got to put that kind of tie down on it to make it important to you. Hey, you want to see your kids grow up and get married? Yes, then you need to put that down. Because if you don't say that, it's not that important. Hey, you want to be in shape? I still like my pie. I got you. How about you want to see your kids grow up and get married? You want to be at that wedding, or you want them to have a picture of you at the wedding? I want to be there. Okay, got you. Now, see, that's important enough to get you to change. Just a tie-in, I call them. Like, what's the tie-in? Make it important. Right? Like Simon Sinek says, your why, that's your why. Smash thumbs up if you can relate. So, but again, the person you are today is the reason you're in the situation you're in today. Whereas if you want to change all of that and you want to become a different person, then what you need to do is become the opposite of who you are today. I know this sounds crazy. I know it does. But I'm telling you, I'm just thinking, I was like, man, there was a day not long ago, I would have never bought a tickets to a conference. I would have never driven an hour across the city from where I am now up to Plano and McKinney and Frisco just to sit in a conference for 3 hours. You kidding me? I'm not doing that. And then I look at my bank account and it reflected that. Oh, that's why I'm poor. Because I reject change. I reject opportunity. I keep saying I don't want to be poor, but the truth is every time something comes along that can help me, I reject it. So I hear what I'm saying, that I don't want to be poor, but my actions tell a different story. My actions say I'm really quite comfortable being poor. I said something there. I know it's going to hit a lot of you later after this video goes off. Don't trust your words, trust your actions. Don't trust your words, trust your actions. Your words will lie to you. Your actions will not. Your actions will not lie. Your words can lie. Your actions cannot lie. They always tell the truth. Your words can be, I'm going to go to this gym and get in the best shape of my life. Those are your words. And your actions say, not so fast, my friend. Your actions say, I'm going to lay in this bed a little longer. Your actions say, now walk 3 miles a day? Nah, I'll put in 1. See, your actions, they never lie. That's why I always tell you, don't trust your words. I know they're your words and you're probably sitting there going, I can't lie to myself. Yes, you can. And you do it all the time. I've done it. We've all done it. Right? So Myron Golden always talks about trying. Don't say you're trying. And just, you're either doing it or not. Right? And so, but I'm a big believer now that I've learned, because I used to be the person I'm talking to you about being right now. I used to be the person who rejected change and said I wanted different, but my actions showed that I was comfortable where I was. That's why nothing changes. That's why nothing changes for you. Because in spite of what you say, your actions say, I'm completely okay like this. Yeah, I want to be wealthy. I want to build generation wealth for my kids, but let me talk to you later after I finish this 6-hour episode of God knows what. See? Your actions say otherwise. I'm telling you, just think about what I'm saying. I know this is crazy. I know it's crazy, but your actions are who you are. That's who you are, not what you say, not the words that come out of your mouth. That ain't you. You are the actions that you take or don't take, right? Man, I love this house. This house is, I think it's listed at 2.5 million. This house is so nice. I know y'all can't see it. It's listed at 2.5 million on the island in their neighborhood, and boy, I would love to have it. So anyway, that's how I try to elevate. I go see something I like, the family likes. I'm like, man, what I got to do to get it? So hit thumbs up if you're a big dreamer, if you're a big believer, and you hit thumbs up if you want to take action and not just have a vocabulary that you express about where you want to be and the success you want to have, but you want to start taking them action steps. By the way, for everyone who just enrolled in the middleman class, welcome to the class. Yes, we do one-on-ones. I do one-on-one trainings with you guys. As soon as you finish the class, my preference is for you to finish the master class, and then we start the one-on-ones after you learn everything you need to know in the class. But for those who've been asking, yes, there is a payment plan. You could do it whenever you check out through the website. I got the link in the video description below. And if you, for whatever reason, you don't qualify for those payment plans, you can reach out to me, email me, middlemanceo@gmail.com, and then we could set something up, try to get you into the master class and get you to making some money very quickly. So, but that's where we are. That's where you are because of your mindset. And if you want to get the intro to what am I talking about when I say a middleman business, just put the word middleman in the comments below. And if you already know what I'm talking about, creating a business from your phone, where you book customers, take deposits, and dispatch the work to someone else, kind of like what Uber does. Uber matches you with someone who will pick you up. It's not Uber who drives you around, and they get paid every time they find someone who needs a ride and match them with a rider. You would do that. So say for instance, if you do what I do, like moving industry, you would a customer would reach out to me and say, I need to get moved here in Dallas. Bam, that's how the customer reach out. Then I book the customer, capture the info, and then the second thing is, hey, in order to confirm this reservation, we need a $150 deposit. They pay the deposit over the phone or via email. I'll teach you how to do all that. It's pretty easy. I take $150, and then I contact my ISPs, independent service pros, other movers here, and who I have a relationship with, and I teach you how to find ISPs for whatever industry you choose, because you don't have to do moving. There's cleaning, there's window tinting, vehicle detail, any service, carpet cleaning, garage repair, delivery, hauling, hot shot. I don't care what it is, bounce houses, party DJs, whatever you want to do. If there's a service that needs to be provided, you can middleman it. And tree trimming, lawn care, pool cleaning, pest control, it goes on and on. Go to middlemanceo.com. You can see my list on there of my favorite and how much they typically make per customer. But so once you collect your deposit, then you'll contact your ISPs. They send them the assignment. They'll go out and do the work and keep the rest of the money you're already paid. You're done. So when I book a moving client, I'll take my $150 up front. The movers will keep all the rest of the money. That's fine. That's good for them. Now I have ISPs who always want to work with me. Somebody's always calling saying, hey, you guys got any more work? You need any more partners? So it's very easy to do. But if you want to get into that master class and you know these jobs aren't safe, you know these paychecks are not secure, then you need to click the link in the video description below, grab that master class, because the price is about to go up. So you need to move quickly, and you can qualify with a firm or something like that, get on a payment plan while you make money and pay the plan back using the money from the business. I try to have every business up and running by 90 days. So, and yes, I work with you guys one-on-one all the time. My students know that. And so, and then you hire a VA, they do all that for you, and then you could go to the beach. That's where I am now. So I teach you how to hire a VA. So if you want a VA to take over your business and you just let the VA do everything and you get paid, that's fine too. So click the link in the description below. All right, so just to recap really quickly, you're where you are because of the actions you take. And I'm telling you, if you want to be different, if you want to be who you want to be, and you want to create the best life for yourself, you're gonna have to become the opposite of who you are today, because the person you are today is not getting it done. The person you are today filters out risk. The person you are today pushes away opportunity, avoids it, lives in fear, lives in skepticism, afraid of everything, continue to not develop, continue to not elevate, continue to be in the same position year after year after year and no way out, and fail to realize it's because you don't take any action. You're scared to do anything. You won't bet on yourself. You won't commit to anything. You won't try anything. You won't swipe your card and buy anything that'll help you. You don't have a book. You don't you don't watch the videos you should be watching. Well, if you watch this, that's a good one. But this was going to challenge you. So my advice: become the person that you want to be by unbecoming the person that you are today. So invest in yourself, buy courses, read books, take classes, go to events. Everything that you say no to, say yes to. That's how you become the person, the opposite of the person you are today. Everything that you normally say no to, say yes to. And I promise your life will never be the same after that. All right, see you guys in the training. Peace.